ferry back home. Well, back to Westminster. On the Thames ferry. Same size thought at the start of the lesson to the sunshine.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. Welcome aboard for your cruise up the Tower Pier. The Tower Pier will be the first stop we make and we continue the boat to Westminster. Big Ben will be the second stop. By law, a short safety announcement is required as well as we leave the pier. The boat you are travelling on, Millennium Time today. We carry on board the boat life-saving equipment, life jackets, life rings, and life coins. All your crew are trained for any event of an emergency, in your safety. You'll find the toilet facilities on board downstairs at the back. The bar as well, so the bar is open. And the smoking area along the back of the open top deck. Please be careful as well when walking around the boat. And please as well, no standing on the chairs upstairs. As part of the journey, we do pass many apartments, old warehouses. In fact, listen to the commentary speakers that we provide an audio guide download on your phones. If you'd like to listen to a little commentary, it's a little rest in. So we leave Tower Pier. We'll be back in the mic. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the cruise.
Sounds like a great idea. Hi. I'll take you out to the van. Yeah. It's like, yeah, let's try to get to it. Yeah. That's my club for the show. It's nice to escape, isn't it? It's a clever thing, isn't it? It's a gorilla trying to be just attached to anywhere, and it films. It's really cool. Like that. Let's go through the catchy shop behind us. It's nice. I did a good photo there. See the catchy stuff in the sunlight. Thank you. complicated, that's a relaxing. Turbo light, purple. Take it all in. Westminster easy. Yeah. No one else.
I wouldn't think he would have been there already, but Tower Bridge, Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge, Tower Bridge. They call it that. It's got to be nice. Go down the circle.
Patrick putzt. Kleine Kapitalanlage.
Und der Abend ist dann
Klaro. Legst mich mal einmal hier in dein Blickfeld bringen, Kaiche. Das da ist auch neu, dieses
Ja,
ausgeharrte da, ne?
die fandest du nicht selber.
Das, ja, dieser Körper.
So aus wie Marzahn.
Ja, ist ja auch ein Auto. Okay, hast du was?
nothing to that.
Da waren wir.
That's a big gift shop. That building.
Vai se muito bem.
That should be fine. That right there is best. There's this emblem of fire.
Mira, pero que es mejor.
Okay folks, this is the captain speaking. There is still about, what I can see, about 20-25 seats upstairs on the upper deck. If you are on the upper deck, it is a seated deck. The main reason being, if you guys stand up, I can't see any of the other boats, and then we bump into each other, and that causes a lot of paperwork, and I go home late from work. So, okay, I don't want to have to bump into any other boats today. So if you're on the upper deck, please do take a seat for me. I'd be very grateful, and then remain seated when the boat is moving, and that would be greatly appreciated. Stand by, we're about to leave the pier, and then my very handsome colleague will be back on the microphone with a safety announcement. Thank you very much. very good afternoon to you all, and welcome aboard for your cruise upriver to Westminster at Big Ben, the boat's next stop. By law, as we leave the piers, us crew members required to provide you with a safety announcement, not to alarm you. In the name of the boat, Millennium Time, we are fully equipped with life-saving equipment. We carry on board life jackets, life rings and life rafts on the outer roof of the boat. And all your crew members here, we are trained for your safety, of course. In the event of an emergency, the highly unlikely event, remain calm and seated. Listen for instructions that will be given by your crew. For the top deck, we have a standing area at the back, so please, if you can, no standing in between the aisles, standing at the back. City Cruises, the company, they provide an audio guide you can listen to in over 13 languages by downloading the app. But an old tradition on these boats, and it's a nice day for it as well, when us crew members, we join you on your journey, do a bit of a live commentary instead of pointing out a few places of interest we pass along the way. Now we tend to get better feedback when we do so. Now with a show of hands, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone's interested in a commentary along the way, well, a few of you, if you put your hands up there, you'll be the ones receiving a life jacket first. Before I start, ladies and gents, so please don't expect too much out of me here. But what I'll do, I'll give it my best go. Any mistakes I make along the way, so please keep it to yourselves, because it can get pretty embarrassing sometimes. But I'll try my best. We're just passing now behind us, the Tower of London, and we'll start the commentary over on our left. So on the left here, we have the warship called HMS Belfast, moored here permanently, part of the Imperial War Museum. There's 9 decks inside the Belfast you can explore. The Belfast was built in the same shipyard as the ill-fated Titanic, the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Northern Ireland, Belfast, and saw action, fired in anger during World War II and the Korean War in the 1950s. So an excellent day out, if you like Royal Navy. On the left, behind the Belfast, we have the tallest building I'll be pointing out, called the Shard. Stands at just over 1,000 feet high. Inside, we have a 6-star Shangri-La hotel. On the 72nd floor, we have a viewing platform. Many restaurants, bars, offices, and apartments. The apartments inside the Shard valued between 30 to 50 million pounds. Very expensive. If you look to your right here, a few more skyscrapers within the City of London, given a few nicknames for their funny shapes and sizes. We have the gherkin, the cheese grater, but one that gets wider as it gets taller, the walkie-talkie. That building is called 20 Benchurch Street. And if you look right to the top there, you can see a few people up there today. There's a Sky Garden up there. You can look over London, fantastic views. And the Sky Garden, where you see the people at the top, it's free of charge. They're very popular, you don't need to pay for it to go up there. All you need to do is book it online on your phone, so you can go to the Sky Garden free of charge. And over on the right as well, the yellow brick building. Either side on the roof, we have the Golden Fish weather vanes. This is the old Billingsgate Market. Not a fish market anymore, today a venue building. Billingsgate Market is relocated to a new site in London. Famously, Ronnie and Reggie, the Cray twins, once worked inside this building. Michael Caine, the actor as well, once had a job inside. On the left-hand side of us as well, we have the famous London Bridge Hospital, famous for two things, which is broken bones and heart attacks. You go inside with a broken ankle, receive the bill, then you receive a heart attack inside the hospital. Just checking if anyone's still listening. The next bridge in front of us, called London Bridge. London Bridge is commonly mistaken by many people for Tower Bridge. And this London Bridge is the fifth one to span here in over 2,000 years. The first London Bridge, called Londinium, built by the Romans, made from wood, burnt down. Most of the other London bridges before this one fell down. Reason for the nursery rhyme, London Bridge is falling down. The fourth one though, the one before this one, it got sold and taken down in the 1960s. An American businessman called Robert McCulloch bought the bridge, shipped it all the way to America, rebuilt the bridge brick by brick, where it stands today, Lake Havasu in Arizona. So we have two London bridges, one here, one in America as well. Many people don't believe that story, they think it's made up. On the left-hand side of us, in between the two buildings, one for the children, on board you can see a wooden pirate ship in the dock. For anyone that has seen the film Pirates of the Caribbean, you may recognize it. That pirate ship has nothing to do with the film Pirates of the Caribbean. This is a fully working replica of Francis Drake's Golden Hind. Francis Drake, he was the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe, to sail a ship around the world. In fully working order is the replica of Drake's Golden Hind. We have Pickford's Wharf up on the left as well. We don't pass many warehouses at this part of the river. All the warehouses downriver past Tower Bridge. But the word wharf stands for a warehouse at riverfront. The Cannon Street Railway Bridge, we're passing beneath here. On the left here, we have a nice pub, the building with the red windows and the flowers outside, the Anchor pub, built in 1615, a tourist attraction today, very popular. It's said the attic of the Anchor was once used by William Shakespeare and his actors as changing rooms. Samuel Pepys, the diarist, has mentioned that pub as well in his diaries. This is where myself, my friend driving the boat, the captain, we like to research the commentaries as well after work. This bridge, called Southwark Bridge, this bridge all built to ease congestion from London Bridge behind us. But they say this is the least used bridge in London, as the approaching roads that lead to the bridge are so well hidden through the back streets, through the alleys. Nobody can find the entrance. Mainly used the bridge by professional drivers. We see a lot of lorry drivers, taxi drivers and bus drivers use the bridge. Not many people, but they say the people walking along the bridge most probably lost, drunk or both. So try and avoid the bridge if you can. On the left here, ahead of us, the white building with a thatched roof. This is a replica of William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, the only building to be allowed a thatched roof ever since the Great Fire of London took place in 1666. Open to the public, the building, they reenact Shakespeare's plays inside during the summer in the traditional manner, just like Shakespeare would have performed them over 400 years ago. For the standing area, the cheapest tickets they sell to go and see a play, costing £5 to see a play for the standing area, but £5 for live entertainment in central London. Excellent value for money. And I hope you're all enjoying the commentary so far. Hope you can hear me at the back okay as well and understand me. I'm trying my best to speak as slowly and as clearly as possible. I don't normally tend to speak this slow. There's nothing wrong with me. So hopefully you can understand me. On the left here, the building with the tall chimney. This is the old Bankside Power Station. A Millennium Bridge as well. This bridge you may recognise from the Harry Potter films, destroyed by the Death Eaters. The bridge as well, built perfectly in line with St. Paul's Cathedral on the right. St. Paul's Cathedral on our right is the masterpiece of Sir Christopher Wren. St. Paul's took 35 years to build at a price of £750,000. It stands at 365 feet high, an easy number to remember, simply 1 foot for every day of the entire year. Where the railings are, they're right at the top of St. Paul's Cathedral. There's a few people up there today. There's a viewing platform. So you can go up there, open to the public. Fantastic views from the top, but there's no lift to take you up there. You must walk and climb 528 steps to the top. That's a lot of steps. The next set of bridges we pass beneath, we have 2. These are the Blackfriars bridges. The 2 lowest, the 2 closest we pass beneath today. The first bridge, a station, the Blackfriars railway station, the first station to span the length of the River Thames, so the platforms will be directly above us as we pass beneath. This bridge costing £600 million to build, so the most expensive bridge. As we pass beneath the bridge as well, you'll notice red columns either side. One of the red columns supports the foundations for the station. These red columns are the remains of the old railway bridge that stood here years ago and used to carry steam trains from Chatham and Dover in Kent. So the bridge became unsafe for the modern trains. They carefully removed the top, kept the pillars either side, as removing them would disturb the foundations of the bridges. This marks as well roughly the halfway point to our journey to Westminster. 15 minutes drive will be at Westminster. On the right hand side of us, we have the white building with the green sloping roof going downwards. This is the old City of London School for Boys, a prestigious school years ago. Today the building belongs to a bank, offices for JP Morgan. Scholars spend their early education inside this school before moving on to Oxford or Cambridge. On the left hand side of us here, ahead, the red brick building with the Oxo Tower at the top. Years ago, an old warehouse called Stamford Wharf. This is where they made the Oxo gravy. Right at the top, where you see the glass canopy, we have the Harvey Nichols Oxo Tower restaurant. There's a restaurant at the top. Voted that restaurant to be the top 10 anywhere in London. And fantastic views from the top there as well. On the right hand side of us here, along the banks of the Thames, on the wall, you can see lions' heads with the rings in their mouths. These lions, they were put here during the Victorian days as flood warning indicators when the river used to overflow its banks. They came up with an old rhyme to remember how to keep watch on the lions. When the lions are drinking, London is sinking. When the water is up to the lions' manes, London is going down the drains. And when the lions' heads are well and truly ducked, London is well and truly flooded. And the tide at the moment is leaving London to the North Sea, 40 miles behind us. But the grey moss line you can see is an indication of an average high tide, 7 to 8 meters. A tide goes as low as 1 meter. So every day on the River Thames, we see a 6 meter difference between the high and the low tide. On the right here, on the road, you can see silver dragons with red wings on their sides. These are boundary markers between the city of London. We have left now, and we have entered the city of Westminster. The city of London, we have left behind us, measures 1 square mile. One of the smallest cities, wealthiest in the world. On the left here, the area of London we call the South Bank. Along the South Bank here, it's very busy with people, an area for tourists. Now the pathway leads to Tower Bridge. The concrete building with the electronic signboard at the top. On the left, London's National Theatre. But you wouldn't think so to look at it. So it looks a bit like a multi-story car park. So most people tend to think. But an old saying is to never judge a book by its cover. And it applies to that building because inside you'll find 3 of the best theatres in the country. Ahead of us on the right, we have the building with the green dome at the top. This is called Somerset House. Somerset House was where they stored all the birth, marriage and death certificates for England and Wales. It got given the old nickname, that building, of the Hatcham, Matcham and Dispatcham. The next bridge in front of us, called Waterloo Bridge, the longest bridge. It spans a quarter of a mile long, the widest as well. Constructed during World War II was when the bridge was built. This was when all the men were away fighting the war for king and country. So built by a female workforce. We call it the Ladies' Bridge of London. And you'll be pleased to know, ladies, this is the only bridge ever in London built on time and under budget as well. So well done to the ladies during hard times. Look, as we pass beneath the bridge, compare the brickwork to the outside. A self-cleansing Portland stone was used to build the bridge. Every time it rains in London, the outsides of the bridge get clean, but the rainwater cannot penetrate underneath the bridge, clean the Portland stone. On the right here, the building with the green roof and the flag at the top. This is the back entrance to the Savoy Hotel. This is the first luxury hotel built in London. Very expensive. On the right hand side of us, you have your cameras on you, see a few of you with your phones. Shortly, a lovely photograph of Cleopatra's Needle. This is the oldest thing of interest I'll be pointing out. That needle, that obelisk, said to be 3,500 years old. Older than the city of London itself. Given Cleopatra as a gift from a thankful Egyptian government for Lord Nelson's victory against Napoleon, the French at the Battle of the River Nile. They made the needles in pairs, and you'll find the twin to Cleopatra in Central Park, New York. On the left here, we have the Royal Festival Hall, the last remaining building from the Festival of Great Britain, 1951. Many famous people have played inside. Just to name you a few you may have heard of: Elton John, Amy Winehouse, Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra. They have all played and performed inside the Royal Festival Hall. The next bridge in front of us, the Charing Cross Railway Bridge, and we have the Charing Cross Station up to our right. An old tradition on these boats, what we like to do, as we pass beneath the bridge, we like to give the people a wave. They say if you receive a wave back from anyone, it brings you 5 years of good luck. And if they don't wave back to you, ladies and gents, they don't wave back, that means they're from London. They're miserable. They wave back during holidays, like yourselves. And you hear the train above us making its way to the station. On the left-hand side here, as we pass beneath, we have the London Eye. The London Eye stands at 450 feet high. Around the eye, we have 32 pods, so capsules. Not any random number, there is a reason for 32, to represent the 32 boroughs located across Greater London. So each pod represents an area, continuously rotates at 1 mile per hour. You get on and off as it rotates, the whole journey lasting 30 minutes. They say on a day with clear skies, a day like today, from the top of the London Eye, you can see 30 miles. Next door to the London Eye as well, we have County Hall on the left. County Hall was offices for the London Council and Mayor. Now home the building to much more exciting things. In there today, we have loads of activities for the children. We have Shrek Adventure, London Dungeons, we have London Aquarium inside there as well. On the right here, we have the Golden Eagle. This is a memorial, a Royal Air Force memorial. The Golden Eagle at the top was constructed by recovered artillery from the war. Ahead of us here at Westminster, we have the clock tower, many call Big Ben. A Big Ben is not the name, it's the nickname. All Londoners call it Big Ben though. The official name of the clock tower is the Elizabeth Tower, named after Queen Elizabeth II. Big Ben is the name for the bell, the 13.5-ton bell, which you can hear on the hour and on the hour alone. We have the Royal Palace of Westminster. This is the official name given to the Houses of Parliament. We have over 1,100 rooms inside the Palace of Westminster. Seats to the House of Lords and the House of Commons. Seats to our fantastic British government. That is my last joke of the day. In a few moments we'll be approaching Westminster Pier. A bit of safety and travel information as we do so. We kindly ask you to try to remain seated until we are safely alongside. Once you finish taking your pictures. Bit of travel information. If you have a big bus ticket on board, you'll find your big buses at the top of Westminster. See the buses there? We'll be alongside here for roughly 20 minutes, then we continue to the London Eye. If you don't want to wait 20 minutes, you can simply walk across Westminster Bridge to the London Eye, about a 5-minute walk. And there's a few more returning boats here as well, taking you back to Tower Pier. Please take this time, ladies and gents, to gather all of your personal belongings as well when leaving the boat. We don't want you leaving anything that will spoil the rest of your day. So check around for your bags, your phones, your children as well. So please don't leave your children behind on this boat. People leave children, and I was left here, and I was put to work the very next day. And just a final word, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you all very much for your kind attention and for travelling with us today. Hopefully the live commentary has added to your journey on board the boat, hopefully made your experience a bit more enjoyable. As I mentioned at the start, so we do these commentaries as crew on a voluntary basis. We're here for your safety, making sure that you in this boat arrive safely from A to B, which we have done today. We like to do the commentaries as we receive a lot better feedback when we join you on the microphone over the company audio guide, so we try our best with these commentaries to make your journey as enjoyable as possible. An old tradition, when the commentaries are done voluntary and we receive no training for them, we leave by the exit gate the boat's champagne silver tip bucket. This is our silver tip bucket for anyone that has enjoyed the commentary and feel like it's added to their journey today. We'd like to leave behind a token of appreciation for our efforts today. We leave the bucket by the exit gate next to me as I help you off. Feel free to leave anything you like inside, any spare change, 5, 10, 20, 50 pound notes. We accept all major currencies as well, euros, dollars, anything is greatly appreciated. It helps the crew carry on the old tradition of these commentaries, and the tips we receive in a silver bucket, you'll be pleased to know, goes towards the research we do for the commentaries at the Anchor Pub. Safe on my journey. See you, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye, and enjoy the rest of your day as well.
Actually, because only see. Oh, it's a couple of days quicker than. Okay, see you back at Heathrow.